Hi everyone, hope you're well. In today's video we're going to go over web hosting. We'll cover the different types of hosting and how each of them work, and then also how to pick a hosting type and which provider is suitable for your business. So firstly, what is web hosting? Web hosting refers to the service that allows individuals and organizations to make their websites accessible on the internet. When you create a website, it consists of various files like HTML files, CSS, images, videos, and lots of other content. These files need to be stored on a server that is connected to the internet so that users can access your website at any time. Web hosting companies provide servers or server space to store your website's files and make them available to users when they enter your website's domain name or URL in their web browsers. These servers are typically housed in data centers with high-speed internet connections, backup power supplies, and advanced security measures as well. Web hosting companies offer different types of hosting plans to suit various needs, and there's also different types of hosting in general to suit the various business needs of lots of other people. These types of hosting include shared hosting, where multiple websites are hosted on a single server. It's a more affordable option as the server resources are being shared among different users, but it does have some performance issues as well. Then there's VPS hosting. So VPS stands for Virtual Private Server. In VPS hosting, they provide a virtual private server that is partitioned to mimic a dedicated server. And each user gets a dedicated portion of server resources, offering more control and better performance compared to shared hosting. Then there's cloud hosting. So cloud hosting uses a network of interconnected servers to host websites. It offers scalability as you can easily adjust resources based on your website's needs. Cloud hosting can be more reliable and flexible compared to traditional hosting options. And then there's dedicated hosting. So with dedicated hosting, you have an entire server dedicated solely to your website. This option provides the highest level of control, customization, and performance, and is typically used by large businesses or websites with high traffic. A lot of web hosting companies also provide additional features such as domain registration, email accounts, database management, website builders, security options, and technical support. It's essentially a service that enables you to store your website files on servers connected to the internet, allowing users to access your website from anywhere in the world. So the first type of hosting we're going to talk about is shared hosting. So shared hosting is a really popular and cost-effective type of web hosting where multiple websites are hosted on a single physical server. Each website on the server shares the server resources, including CPU power, memory, and disk space. So here's a little diagram to kind of explain visually how shared hosting works. You have the one physical server here, and then you have the different websites that are all being saved and stored on this one physical server, and can be accessed at any time by users as well. So the sharing of the servers, essentially the server's resources, is what makes shared hosting an incredibly cost-effective option, because the server's resources are divided among all the websites hosted on it. And this means that the costs associated with maintaining and operating the server are shared among the users, so it's a really affordable choice for individuals and small businesses. And by pooling resources, shared hosting allows websites to coexist on the same server while still delivering satisfactory performance as well. While the resources are shared, the hosting provider ensures fair allocation and monitoring to maintain stability and optimal functioning for all the websites. In essence, shared hosting offers an economical solution that allows multiple websites to thrive, benefiting from the advantages of professional server management and maintenance, while also sharing the associated costs as well. So once you've decided that shared hosting is the way to go, there are really popular shared hosting providers out there that can provide a range of different hosting plans, as well as different features as well that you can kind of go through and pick which one you would think is the best for you. So first up we have Bluehost. So Bluehost offer a range of hosting plans tailored to different needs, and they have a really user-friendly interface, and they also have a one-click WordPress installation as well. Bluehost provides really reliable hosting services with 24/7 customer support and a variety of additional features like free domain registration, SSL certificates, and website builders. If you go onto Bluehost's website and go onto their shared hosting plans, you can see a number of their key features. So first up is their actual hosting plans. So they offer different shared hosting plans to cater to different needs. They've got the basic, they've got choice plus, they've got online store, and then they've got pro. The basic plan is really suitable for hosting a single website, while the plus and the store allow hosting multiple websites as well. The Choice Plus plan includes additional features like domain privacy and code card basic backup as well. But if you go onto the website, you can sort of scroll down and see all the pricing and exactly see what you're getting in terms of all the features as well. Bluehost also has a long-standing partnership with WordPress, and it's an official WordPress recommended hosting provider by WordPress themselves. They offer something called WordPress installation, one-click WordPress installation, making it really convenient to set up your WordPress website. So if you know that WordPress is the site, if your site is hosted on WordPress, or if you're wanting to build your site on WordPress, then Bluehost will have sort of the specialized WordPress hosting solutions, and they've got advanced features like automatic WordPress updates, enhanced security, and specialized WordPress support as well. Bluehost customer support as well is really good. They offer 24/7 customer support through live chat, phone, and support tickets, and their support team is really knowledgeable and ready to assist you with sort of any hosting related issues or inquiries that you may have. So it's a really good one to go for when it comes to shared hosting. Another really popular hosting company for shared hosting is SiteGround. SiteGround offer really robust performance and excellent customer support as well. SiteGround's hosting plans come with features like SSD storage, free SSL, daily backups, a custom-built caching system for faster load times. They also have a user-friendly interface, and they also provide really easy integration with popular CMS platforms like WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, things like that. In terms of their hosting plan, they have 3 shared hosting plans. They have the Startup, the Grow Big, and Go Geek. The Startup plan is suitable for hosting a single website, while the Grow Big and Go Geek will allow hosting sort of multiple websites. The plans differ in terms of storage space, monthly website visits, and additional features. But the good thing about these is that once you select a plan, it's really easy to kind of scale up if you need maybe more web space, if you need faster, data transfer, or you can scale down if you have all these features but you realize you're not actually using most of them. Another key features of SiteGround is their security. So SiteGround takes security really seriously, and they implement various security measures to protect websites hosted on their platform. They offer free SSL certificates for all their websites, ensuring secure connections. Their systems are constantly monitored for vulnerabilities, and they provide proactive security patches and account isolation to prevent kind of security breaches as well. SiteGround also offer a unique AI-powered firewall called the Web Application Firewall, so the WAF, and that just adds sort of another layer of protection as well for your site and all the other sites that are on the shared server as well. And lastly, their support. So SiteGround is known for excellent customer support. They offer 24/7 customer support through multiple channels, including live chat, phone, and support tickets as well. SiteGround's support team is knowledgeable, responsive, and able to assist you with any kind of hosting related inquiries or technical issues that you may encounter as well. Lastly then is HostGator, and HostGator is a really well-known hosting provider known for its affordable shared hosting plans. With all of their plans, they offer unlimited kind of disk space for the e-commerce plan, and then a really good amount of disk space even for their startup plans as well. They have good bandwidth, email accounts in their shared hosting packages. They provide a really user-friendly control panel. They have 24/7 customer support and a 99% uptime guarantee as well. They also have a website builder and offer one-click installations for popular CMS platforms like WordPress and Joomla as well. One of their key features, first of all, is their hosting plan. So they have 3 shared hosting plans. They have the Hatchling plan, Baby plan, and e-commerce plan. The Hatchling plan allows you to host one single website. while the baby and business plans offer a bit more. So the baby plan offers 5 websites, whereas the e-commerce plan does offer unlimited websites as well. The plans also differ in terms of features, so like storage, space, and additional perks like the $500 Google ad spend, the phone and chat support, SEO tools, and things like that. Speaking of additional features, HostGator's shared plan do have various additional features, including unmetered bandwidth, unlimited email accounts, and a free website builder with customizable templates. And as mentioned before, they also provide a one-click installer that allows you to install applications like WordPress, Magenta, Joomla, Drupal, and lots of other CMSs with ease. HostGator emphasizes performance and reliability. They employ powerful servers, SSD storage, and a robust infrastructure to ensure optimal performance and fast loading times for websites as well. HostGator's data centers are equipped with advanced technologies and redundant systems, providing stability and uptime for hosted websites as well. So when it comes to shared hosting plans, there's loads of hosting providers out there, and these 3 would be like the top 3. So it's really important to kind of go in and see in terms of what features they offer. If there's any additional features that some of these offer that you were wanting to get anyway, then that might just be the reason why you go for a certain hosting provider over another. But yeah, definitely click into each website and go into the hosting plans and look at all the kind of features that you get, and you'll be able to sort of select sort of a good hosting plan anyway, if you were to use one of these 3 anyway. So what are some of the advantages of shared hosting? So one of them is that they're cost effective, and we've mentioned this before. Shared hosting is generally the most affordable hosting option available. Since multiple websites share the resources and costs of a single server, the overall expenses are divided amongst the users. This makes shared hosting a really cost effective solution, particularly for individuals, small businesses, and startups with limited budgets. Shared hosting providers typically offer user-friendly interfaces and control panels like cPanel, making it easy to manage your website, domains, emails, and lots of other sort of hosting-related tasks. You don't need advanced technical skills to set up and maintain your website, as the hosting provider handles server management, security updates, and other technical aspects as well. With shared hosting, the hosting provider takes care of server maintenance, security measures, and any kind of software updates. And this kind of relieves you from the burden of server admin, allowing you to kind of focus on managing and growing your own website. Additionally, shared hosting providers usually offer customer support available 24/7 to assist you with any kind of hosting related issues or inquiries. And we did see that with the previous 3 hosting providers, with HostGator, Bluehost, and SiteGround. Shared hosting plans often provide flexible resource allocations, allowing you to sort of start with a smaller hosting package and scale up as your business grows. The scalability sort of enables you to expand your website without significant upfront costs or any kind of like complex migration process as well. And it's good kind of entry-level websites. So shared hosting is sort of well suited for the entry-level or low traffic websites, things like personal blogs, small business websites, portfolios. So if you're just starting out and don't expect sort of the high levels of traffic or resource-intensive operations, shared hosting provides a reliable and cost-efficient option to sort of establish your online presence. While shared hosting has quite a lot of advantages, it's also really important to consider the potential drawbacks and limitations. So here are some disadvantages of shared hosting. The cost performance impact. So since multiple websites share the resources of one single server, the performance of your website can be affected by the activities of other websites that have nothing to do with you, but they're hosted on the same server. If one website experiences a sudden surge in traffic or utilizes excess server resources, it can impact the overall server performance and potentially slow down your website. There's limited resource allocation as well, meaning that shared hosting plans obviously typically come with sort of a predefined resource allocation like disk space, CPU usage, and memory limits. These limits are shared among all the websites on the server. So if your website experiences increased traffic or resource demands, then you may encounter limitations or performance issues. Hosting providers may also have policies in place to kind of restrict resource usage to ensure fair usage among its users as well. Shared hosting environments can often have restrictions on server configurations and software installations. Since the server resources are shared, you may not have the flexibility to customize certain server level settings or install specific software packages as well. This can limit the ability to kind of optimize your website for specific requirements or utilize advanced features and technologies. While shared hosting providers implement security measures, the shared nature of the environment means the security of other websites in the server can directly affect your website as well. So if one website on the server experiences a security breach, it could potentially impact the overall server security. But it is important to note that reputable hosting providers like SiteGround, Bluehost, and HostGator, they do implement measures like account isolation and regular security updates to minimize those kinds of risks as well. But it's just something to be aware of. And lastly then, sort of limited control, and this falls under sort of like the lack of customization as well. But with shared hosting, you have a limited control over server level configurations and settings, and this can restrict certain sort of advanced functionalities and optimizations that may be required for specific requirements as well. For advanced users or businesses with specific needs, shared hosting may not provide the level of control and customization that they want. So it's really important to sort of assess your website's requirement, anticipated traffic levels, and future growth projections when considering shared hosting. If your website has high resource demands, requires extensive customization, or handles sensitive data, other hosting solutions like VPS or dedicated hosting might be more suitable. So now let's talk about VPS hosting. VPS stands for Virtual Private Server. VPS hosting is a type of hosting where a physical server is divided into multiple virtual servers and each functioning as an independent server environment. So here's sort of visually how it works. VPS hosting relies on virtualization technology to create multiple servers within a single physical server. So this is typically achieved using software like hypervisors. But the way it works is that these hypervisors will create virtualization layers that separate each virtual server from one another, giving them dedicated resources and independent operating environments as well. When setting up a VPS, the physical server's resources like CPU, memory, storage, and bandwidth, they're divided among the virtual servers, and each virtual server is allocated a specific amount of resources based on the VPS hosting plan chosen. Unlike shared hosting, these resources are dedicated solely to the individual VPS and are not shared with the other users. Each VPS operates in isolation from other virtual servers on the same physical server, and this kind of isolation ensures that the activities and the performance of one VPS doesn't directly impact others. As well as that, the virtualization layer provides that privacy, as data and configuration of one VPS are completely separate from other VPS instances as well. VPS hosting typically provides users with root access or admin access to their virtual server, and this level of access can allow users to have full control over their server environment, and they can install, configure custom software, modify certain settings, manage security measures according to their specific requirements as well. So it's a good sort of step up from shared hosting, where you have a bit more customization, and you essentially have your own resources as opposed to being sharing them with another website. So there are some really popular VPS hosting providers out there. One of them is DigitalOcean. So DigitalOcean primarily focuses on providing cloud infrastructure and VPS rather than shared hosting services. They don't offer traditional hosting plans where multiple websites are hosted on a single server. Instead, they offer scalable and customizable VPS hosting solutions. With DigitalOcean's hosting, they're commonly referred to as droplets, and you can create and manage your virtual servers in the cloud. So some key features of their hosting is their cloud infrastructure. So They operate in a cloud infrastructure environment, utilizing virtualization technologies to create and manage their virtual server. This approach sort of offers that scalability, flexibility, and reliability that shared hosting couldn't really offer, as your VPS can be easily scaled up or down to meet your kind of resource requirements. In terms of their resources allocation, DigitalOcean allows you to choose the specification of your VPS, including the amount of CPU, memory, storage, and bandwidth that you'll need. And that kind of flexibility ensures that you have necessary resources to handle your website or application demands as well. They also have a developer-friendly environment. So they cater to the kind of developers and tech-savvy users by providing this environment that facilitates ease of deployment and management as well. They offer Linux distributions and pre-configured applications known as one-click apps, which simplifies sort of the setup of popular software like WordPress, Docker, and Node.js. So it's a really good one to go for. Definitely one that's for people that are a bit more tech-savvy, but it's a reputable company that have been offering VPS hosting for a while now. So they do have a lot of good features as well. The next one then is Linode. So Linode's VPS hosting services are designed to provide users with reliable, scalable, and high-performance virtual servers. Their offerings cater to developers, businesses, and individuals who require lots more control, flexibility, and dedicated resources compared to traditional shared hosting. A lot of their key features, one of them is their multiple data center locations. So Linode has data centers in various locations worldwide, including the United States, Europe, Asia Pacific, and more. The global presence allows you to select a data center that's geographically closer to your target audience, reducing the latency and improving the performance of your website or application as well. They also have a variety of VPS hosting plans that cater to different resource requirements, and you can choose the plan that best matches your needs in terms of CPU cores, memory, storage, and bandwidth. This kind of flexibility allows you to scale your server resources as your website or application is growing. Linode's VPS is also known for its excellent performance as well. So they utilize modern server hardware and SSD storage, resulting in fast disk I/O and improved overall server responsiveness. And this performance advantage helps ensure that your website or application loads quickly and delivers a smooth user experience as well. Lastly then, for VPS hosting services is Vultr. So Vultr is a cloud computing provider that offers VPS hosting services with global data center locations. They provide highly customizable VPS plans with a wide range of resources, including multiple CPU cores, memory, storage, and bandwidth. Vultr is known for its competitive pricing, robust infrastructure, and intuitive control panel, making it popular among developers and businesses as well. As mentioned before, one of their key features is their global data center locations. So they have a widespread presence with data centers located in multiple regions. So this means that you can select a data center that's really close to your target audience, resulting in improved performance and reduced latency as well. Vultr also offer one-click apps, so essentially a collection of pre-configured applications which make it easier to deploy popular software like WordPress, Drupal, Magento, Docker. These one-click apps simplify the setup process and saves time for users who want to quickly launch specific applications. They also have some competitive pricing as well, so they're known for its competitive pricing, making it a really sort of attractive choice for users seeking cost-effective VPS hosting solutions, and they offer transparent pricing models and flexible billing options as well. So there's quite a few advantages of VPS that we've seen already. One of them being dedicated resources. So as we've seen with VPS hosting, you have dedicated resources allowing you allocated to your own virtual server. And unlike shared hosting, where resources are shared among multiple users, VPS hosting ensures that the CPU, memory, storage, bandwidth, they're all exclusively available for your website or application. This translates to better performance and improved reliability as well. VPS hosting allows you to easily scale your resources as your website or application grows. You have the flexibility to upgrade or downgrade your VPS plan based on your changing needs. This scalability ensures that your server can accommodate increased traffic and resource requirements without any disruptions. So VPS hosting provides you with root access or administrative access to your virtual server, and this level of control allows you to kind of customize and configure the server environment according to your specific needs. You can install software, configure server settings, and implement security measures tailored to your needs as well. VPS hosting offers better security compared to shared hosting, since your virtual server is isolated from others. The activities or vulnerabilities of other users don't have any impact on your server. You have more control over your server's security measures, like implementing firewalls, access controls, and encryption protocols as well. VPS hosting tends to be more reliable and stable than shared hosting. The dedicated resources and isolation from other users ensure that your website's performance is not affected by the activities of other websites, and VPS hosting in general provides better uptime guarantees and fewer server disruptions. VPS hosting typically delivers better performance than shared hosting, and with dedicated resources, your website or application can handle higher traffic volumes, process requests faster, and provide a smoother user experience. Additionally, VPS hosting often utilizes faster SSD storage, resulting in faster data retrieval and reduced latency. VPS hosting allows you to run a wide range of software and applications on your virtual server. You have the freedom to kind of choose the operating system, install custom software, and configure the server environment to meet your needs specifically. The flexibility is particularly beneficial for developers and businesses that have like the unique hosting requirements as well. While there is a lot of sort of main advantages of VPS, there are still some disadvantages that you should be aware of. One that you might have picked up on is that there is definitely a need for kind of technical knowledge. VPS hosting often requires a certain level of technical expertise to set up, configure, and manage the server. Unlike shared hosting, where the hosting provider handles most server administrative tasks, the VPS hosting puts more responsibility on the user to maintain the server, install updates, manage security, and troubleshoot sort of technical issues. This can be kind of challenging for users without the necessary technical skills or experience. With VPS hosting, you are responsible for managing the server yourself. This includes tasks like software installations, server backups, updates, security configurations, and performance optimization as well. If you're not comfortable with server management or lack the time and resources to handle these tasks, you may need to consider managed VPS hosting or seek assistance from system administrators or hire in-house a system administrator to manage your hosting for you. VPS hosting is typically more expensive than shared hosting, and while the cost is justified by dedicated server resources and increased performance, it may not be the most cost-effective solution for small businesses or low-traffic websites. If you have limited budget constraints, shared hosting might be more of a affordable option. Although VPS hosting provides dedicated resources, there are still limitations based on the plan that you choose. If you exceed the allocated resources like CPU, memory, or storage, your website or application may experience performance issues or downtime, and it's important that you monitor your resource usage and upgrade your plan accordingly to sort of ensure optimal performance. And as the owner of a VPS, you are responsible for server maintenance, and these are things like tasks like applying security patches, monitoring server health, and ensuring software and applications are up to date. The maintenance responsibility adds an extra layer of effort and time commitment compared to managed hosting solutions where these tasks are handled by the hosting provider. And while many VPS hosting offers technical support, the level of support can sort of vary. Some providers may offer basic assistance or support for infrastructure-related issues, but more complex server configurations or application-specific problems may require additional expertise or incur extra costs. So it's important to understand the support options available from your hosting provider. It's really essential to weigh the pros and cons of VPS hosting in relation to your specific needs and technical capabilities. If you have the necessary skills and resources to manage a virtual server and require the flexibility, the performance, and customization options provided by VPS hosting, then it can be a really beneficial solution. So up next is cloud hosting. So cloud hosting utilizes a network of interconnected servers to host websites. Rather than relying on a single physical server, cloud hosting distributes the workload across a network of servers, often referred to as a cloud. In VPS hosting, a physical server is divided into multiple virtual servers using virtualization technology. But in contrast, cloud hosting utilizes a network of interconnected servers, and this is what's referred to as a cloud, to distribute the workload, the resources in cloud hosting as well. So it looks a little bit like this. So you have your cloud hosting on the left here, and these are virtualized into the virtual servers, and each of the websites have access to their own. The resources in cloud hosting are not limited to a single physical server, but they're dynamically allocated across the cloud infrastructure as well. There are really popular cloud hosting providers out there, and that offer a range of features and plans as well that you can use. First up, you have cloud or Amazon Web Services, so AWS. AWS is one of the leading cloud hosting providers globally, and they offer a comprehensive range of cloud services. Their flagship service, Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, EC2, it provides scalable virtual servers in the cloud. AWS offers a wide range of features and services, including storage options using Amazon S3, databases using Amazon RDS, and content delivery using Amazon CloudFront, and also serverless computing using AWS Lambda, and lots more. It has a global infrastructure, so AWS is definitely a popular choice for businesses of all sizes. A lot of their features include scalability and flexibility. So with the AWS EC2, you can scale your infrastructure up or down based on demand. With EC2, you can provision virtual servers known as EC2 instances and choose from a wide range of instance types optimized for different workloads. So you can easily add or remove instances if you need them, ensuring that your application or website can handle varying levels of traffic and resource requirements. They also have this kind of global infrastructure, so they have data centers located in various regions worldwide, so you can deploy your applications or your websites to your target audience closer, and this will reduce latency, provide a better user experience. The regions and availability zones provide really high availability and fault tolerance, so that means that your services remain accessible even in the event of infrastructure failures. They also have a broad service portfolio, so in addition to EC2, AWS offers a comprehensive range of cloud services that can also be integrated with your hosting infrastructure. These include storage services like Amazon S3 and Amazon EBS, databases like Amazon RDS and Amazon DynamoDB. They have the content delivery, as mentioned before, with Amazon CloudFront, and they have serverless computing with AWS Lambda. So they have a wide selection of services to kind of cater to various application requirements. Up next, we have Google Cloud Platform, also known as GCP. So GCP is another major player in the cloud hosting industry. It provides a robust and scalable cloud infrastructure with services like Google Compute Engine, Google Cloud Storage, Google Kubernetes Engine, and BigQuery. So that's used for sort of data analytics. GCP focuses on high performance cloud computing, data analytics, and machine learning, and they also have lots of AI capabilities as well. But it also offers seamless integration with other Google services like Google Workspace and with Google Cloud CDN. A lot of their key features is the Compute Engine. So the Google Compute Engine is GCP's virtual machine, and it offers you to do the kind of provision and manage virtual servers known as the instances. So Compute Engine offers a wide range of instance types to suit your different workloads, and you can scale your instances up or down based on demand. So it provides really high performance, reliable virtual machines with features like customizable machine configurations, persistent disks, and a network load balancing option as well. Just like AWS, they also have a global network of data centers strategically located across different regions, so you can deploy your applications in the region closest to your target audience, again minimizing latency and optimizing your performance. And just like AWS, they also have a variety of managed services to sort of simplify the launch of your website and management of your website as well. So for example, App Engine allows you to build and deploy scalable web applications without worrying about infrastructure management. Cloud Function provides a serverless computing environment for executing your code in response to events, and GCP also offers managed databases, data analytics, machine learning services, and lots more. And all of that sort of enables you to leverage powerful capabilities without the need for extensive configuration or any kind of maintenance as well. Lastly, then you have Microsoft Azure. Azure is Microsoft's cloud computing platform, and it offers a wide range of cloud services and solutions. Azure Virtual Machines provide scalable and flexible virtual servers, and Azure Storage offers various storage options. Azure can include services for databases, analytics, machine learning, serverless computing, and more. They have a strong enterprise focus and integration with other Microsoft products. Azure is a really popular choice for businesses looking for a comprehensive cloud solution. Some of their key features are their local virtual machines. So they enable you to kind of deploy and manage your virtual servers in the cloud, and it provides this kind of wide selection of virtual machine sizes and types to suit various workloads, and you can choose between Windows or Linux-based virtual machines and scale them up or down based on your own needs. Azure Virtual Machines also offers options for high-performance computing and GPU-based workloads as well. Azure operates an extensive global network of data centers distributed across different regions, and this allows you to deploy your applications in regions closest to your target audience, so similar to AWS and Cloud GCP. And they also offer a range of platform services that help simplify application development and management, like the Azure App Service for hosting web applications. They have Azure Functions for serverless computing. They have Azure Logic Apps for building workflows and integrations, and they also have Batch for parallel and high-performance computing Azure as well. They also provide managed databases, storage services, AI, and machine learning tools as well. So there's a lot more for you to kind of leverage powerful app capabilities without the need of extensive infrastructure management as well. So some of the advantages of cloud hosting. Number one is scalability. So cloud hosting offers excellent scalability, allowing you to sort of easily adjust your resources based on demand. So you can really quickly scale up or down the allocated resources like CPU, memory, storage, and bandwidth to kind of accommodate fluctuations in website traffic or application demand. This kind of scalability ensures that your website can handle high traffic volumes without any kind of performance issues. They also leverages the redundancy of multiple servers and data centers, providing high availability, minimizing the downtime as well. It also means that if one server or data center experiences issues or goes offline, another server can take over the workload, ensuring that kind of continuous service. The distributed nature of cloud hosting enhances reliability and reduces the risk of single points of failure, basically. Cloud hosting also follows a kind of pay-as-you-go or pay-for-what-you're-using pricing model. So you're billed based on the resources consumed, allowing for cost optimization and budget flexibility. Unlike a lot of traditional hosting models that we've seen so far, you're not locked into a fixed plan, and you can scale your resources up and down exactly as needed. This kind of flexibility makes cloud hosting really cost-effective, especially for businesses with fluctuating traffic patterns or seasonal spikes. Cloud hosting also utilizes load balancing techniques to distribute incoming requests across multiple servers. This kind of load balancing helps evenly distribute the workload, optimizing resource utilization, and improve overall performance. It ensures that no single server is overwhelmed by excessive traffic, leading to faster response times and improved user experience as well. Cloud hosting providers often implement data redundancy measures to protect against any data loss. They replicate data across multiple servers or data centers within the cloud, ensuring that your data remains intact even in the event of hardware failures. Cloud hosting also offers robust security features, including firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and encryption protocols to kind of safeguard your data and infrastructure as well. Cloud hosting typically provides user-friendly control panels or management interfaces that allow you to manage and monitor your cloud resources efficiently, so you can easily sort of provision new virtual machines, add storage, configure network settings, and track usage as well. Cloud hosting also supports automation, so you can automate deployment, scaling, and management tasks through APIs or scripting to kind of save time and a lot of effort as well. So you can sort of automate a lot of tasks with cloud hosting, especially when it comes to scaling up and down your resources as well. Some of the disadvantages of cloud hosting, though, the main one being internet dependency. So cloud hosting relies heavily on internet connectivity. So if you experience internet outages or have a slow internet connection, it can impact your access to cloud resources and services as well. And this dependency on the internet can pose a lot of challenges if you require immediate access to your data or applications, especially in remote locations or areas with limited connectivity. While cloud hosting can provide cost flexibility, managing costs in a cloud environment can be complex. The pay-as-you-go model means that costs can accumulate based on resource usage. So if resources are not properly monitored or managed, costs can escalate quickly. And so it requires a lot of careful planning, a lot of careful monitoring and optimization to kind of ensure that you are using resources efficiently and you're keeping costs under your budget. While cloud hosting providers implement robust security measures, there can still be concerns about data security, privacy, and things like that. With cloud hosting, your data is stored on the servers managed by the hosting provider, which means that you're entrusting them with your sensitive information. So it's really important to choose a reputable provider that has a strong sense of security, have strong security practices, they offer encryption, they have access controls and compliance certifications to protect your data as well. Cloud hosting environments are typically managed by the hosting provider, which means that you have limited control over the underlying infrastructure. While you can definitely configure and manage your own applications and services, and there's a lot more freedom to do that than compared to, say, shared hosting, there's still some restrictions on certain system level configurations or customization options. This can be a little bit of a challenge if you require deep levels of control or have specific hardware or software requirements as well. In a shared cloud environment, the performance of your applications and services can be influenced by other users sharing the same infrastructure. So if other users experience high traffic or resource-intensive workloads, it can potentially impact the performance and responsiveness of your own application. While cloud providers typically implement and resource isolation and performance optimization techniques, there can still be variability in performance. And lastly, cloud hosting providers often charge for data transfer and bandwidth usage. So if you have large amounts of data to transfer between your infrastructure and cloud, or if your application generates high network traffic, it can result in additional costs. So it's important to understand the pricing structure and data transfer policies of your cloud provider to kind of avoid the kind of unexpected expenses. Lastly, we have dedicated hosting. So dedicated hosting is a type of web hosting where you have an entire physical server dedicated solely to your website or application. Visually, it looks like this. So you have your own physical server here, and it's only being used by one other website, and so you have full control over this one physical server and full access to it. It's just yours to use, and you're not sharing that space or that resources with any other type of with any other websites as well. So unlike shared hosting or VPS hosting, where multiple users share server resources, the dedicated hosting offers exclusive use of the server's resources, including the CPU, RAM, storage, and bandwidth as well. There are really popular dedicated hosting providers out there, one of them being Liquid Web. So Liquid Web is a leading managed hosting provider known for its high-performance dedicated servers. They offer fully managed support, taking care of server maintenance, security, and monitoring, allowing you to kind of focus on your website or application. Liquid Web provides powerful dedicated servers with the latest hardware and technologies to sort of ensure optimal performance. A lot of their features include before as fully managed support. So Liquid Web offers managed dedicated servers, meaning that they take care of server maintenance, security, and monitoring, allowing you to focus on your website or application, which is quite rare with dedicated hosting providers. They also provide powerful dedicated servers with the latest hardware and technologies to ensure optimal performance, and they're known for its exceptional customer support. So they have 24/7 availability, and they have really quick response times as well. Now, Next up, we have OVH Cloud. So OVH Cloud is a global hosting provider with an extensive network of data centers located in different regions worldwide. They offer a range of dedicated server options, allowing you to choose the server configurations and data locations that best suits your needs. They have a robust DDoS protection to safeguard your dedicated server against any kind of malicious attacks, and their servers are scalable, so you can easily adjust your resources as fast as often as you need. Similar to the other hosting providers, OVH Cloud has a wide network of data centers located in different regions worldwide, allowing you to choose the location that best suits your needs and is closest to the customer. They offer robust DDoS protection to safeguard your dedicated server against malicious attacks, and they have really flexible server configurations, so you can easily scale your resources up or down as you need. Lastly, then we have InMotion Web Hosting. So InMotion Hosting is a reliable hosting provider with a focus on providing quality infrastructure and support. They offer high-quality server hardware and infrastructure, ensuring stability, reliability for your dedicated hosting. And they also provide managed dedicated servers, taking care of your server maintenance, security updates, and monitoring as well. They also offer regular data backups to protect your data, and provides really easy restoration options as well. So some of the advantages of dedicated web hosting. The first one, and the main reason why a lot of people select dedicated web hosting, is the enhanced performance. So with dedicated hosting, because you have exclusive access to the server's resources, including CPU, RAM, and storage, it ensures that your website or application has optimal performance and can handle high levels of traffic without being affected by the resources demands of other users, because there are no other users, it's just you and your website that you have on it. With dedicated hosting providers, you have full control over the server's configuration, which you don't have with any other types of hosting. You have the flexibility to customize the operating system, software stack, security settings based on your specific needs and preferences, and this level of control allows you to optimize the server environment to maximize performance and security as well. Dedicated hosting offers a higher level of security compared to shared hosting and even sometimes VPS hosting. Since you are the only user on the server, there is a reduced risk of security breaches caused by other websites or users. You have control over security measures such as firewalls, access controls, and encryption protocols, allowing you to implement stringent security measures tailored to your website's needs. It allows for scalability, so you can easily adjust the server's resources as your website or application grows. You can increase or decrease CPU, RAM, storage, and bandwidth allocations to accommodate changing demands. And this kind of scalability ensures that your server can handle spikes in traffic or increased resource requirements without performance degradation. And dedicated hosting offers a higher reliability and kind of uptime. Since you're not sharing those resources with other users, the risk of server slowdowns or crashes due to neighboring websites or traffic spikes is eliminated. Dedicating hosting often provides guarantee high availability and provide robust infrastructure to ensure that your website remains sort of accessible at all times. With that, though, there are some disadvantages that come with dedicated hosting, the main one being that it's a higher cost. So dedicated hosting is typically more expensive compared to other hosting options like shared hosting, VPS hosting, cloud hosting, because you have exclusive access to a server's resources and you're fully responsible for the cost of the server and its maintenance. And this can be a significant financial commitment, especially for small businesses or websites with lower budget. And with dedicated hosting, you have full control over the server's configuration and management, which is great if you need that kind of control, but it also means you need a certain level of technical expertise or the assistance of a skilled IT team to handle server setup, maintenance, security, and troubleshooting. If you don't have the necessary technical knowledge, you may need to hire or consult with professionals, which can lead to additional costs. However, some of the dedicated hosting providers that we've seen in this video before, a lot of them do actually offer support as well, so you can sort of get around that if you were to use one of those dedicated hosting providers. Dedicating hosting puts the responsibility of server management on you, and this includes tasks like installing software updates, performing backups, monitoring server health, and ensuring security. Managing a dedicated server requires time, effort, and technical knowledge, which may not be feasible for all website owners or businesses. And while dedicated hosting offers scalability within the server itself, there are limitations to scaling beyond the resources of a single server. So if your website or application experiences rapid growth and requires extensive scaling across multiple servers or data centers, dedicated hosting might not be the most scalable option. In such cases, cloud hosting might be more suitable. And a major disadvantage is the single point of failure. So with dedicated hosting, there is a single physical server hosting your website or your application. So if that server experiences any hardware failures, any network outages, or other issues, your website or application may become inaccessible until the problem is resolved. And this single point of failure poses a really high risk compared to hosting options with built-in redundancy or distributed infrastructure. So what do you need to consider when choosing what type of hosting suits your business needs? There are several factors that you need to be considered, and here are some important considerations. Start by assessing the specific requirements of your website or application. You want to consider factors like anticipated traffic volume, resource-intensive functionalities, database requirements, software dependencies, and unexpected growth. Understanding your requirements will help determine the resources and performance capabilities needed from your hosting solution. Determine your budget for hosting services. As we've seen in this video, different types of hosting come with varying costs. Shared hosting is typically the most affordable, but followed by VPS hosting, while dedicated hosting and cloud hosting tend to be a little bit more expensive. So consider the value you'll gain from each type of hosting and align it with your budgetary constraints. Evaluate the expected traffic volume and resource demands of your website or application. If you anticipate high traffic or have resource-intensive operations, you may need a hosting solution that can provide ample resources and ensure optimal performance and growth. Scalability is also crucial, as you want a hosting option that can accommodate future growth without any significant disruptions. You want to assess your technical expertise yourself and available resources, so shared hosting and managed hosting solutions like VPS or managed dedicated hostings are suitable if you don't have extensive technical knowledge or prefer to offload server management tasks. On the other hand, unmanaged hosting options like unmanaged VPS or dedicated hosting require more technical proficiency and hands-on management. And you want to consider the importance of security and reliability for your website or application. Evaluate the security measures and track record of the hosting providers you are considering. Determine if you require features like SSL certificates, DDoS protection, regular backups, compliance certificates, things like that. Additionally, you want to ensure that the hosting provider that you choose has a strong reputation for uptime and reliable infrastructure as well. And evaluate the level of customer service and support that's provided by that hosting provider. Look for companies with responsive support teams available 24/7 that have multiple means of communication. So they offer phone, email, and like maybe a live chat or support system, and a team that can essentially assist you quickly with any kind of technical issues or inquiries. A good way to check this is through reviews and testimonials to kind of gauge the quality of customer service that's being offered. And consider your future plans and potential scalability requirements. Will you need the flexibility to easily upgrade your hosting plan or add additional resources? Assess whether the hosting solution can accommodate your evolving needs and provide room for growth. By considering these factors, you can better align your hosting choice with your specific requirements, budget, capabilities, and growth expectations. It's also really valuable to research and compare different hosting providers, read reviews, and seek recommendations to make an informed final decision.